Matthew 26:36. You can begin reading.
Then cometh Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto the disciples, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder.
Now this was Jesus' private place of prayer when he really needed to pray through. Gethsemane. This was a place that he would revert to when he really needed to get a hold of God. Come on and read.
And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then saith he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here, and watch with me.
So here he talked to him. He's telling them that my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. He took two of the sons of Zebedee, as well as Peter, 3 total, with him. Help me get through this. Come on and read, brother.
And he went a little further, and fell on his face, prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me.
My Lord.
Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt.
So he said, let this cup pass from me. What he came to earth for, the mission that he came for, the gravity, even though he knew this was coming, the gravity of that moment was just so much. There were so many different elements of this last piece of his journey. There were so many different nuances of it that it began to overwhelm him just to think about it. He went to the garden to pray, saying, Lord, I know I came here for this. I know when I was up there and you said, who will go for me? I knew what you meant when you said, who will go for me? I knew what it meant, what it all entailed. I understood all of that. I said I'd go. When I came here, when I was a child, when I came here in the temple, 12 years old, confounding the elders, when all of that, I knew that when I was baptized by John the Baptist. I knew, but to be here is beyond. Lord, help me, Lord. Help me, Lord. Is there any way that I can still complete it, but not go through this right here? Although I saw it, although I knew what I had to do, but to execute. See, sometimes you can know what you got to do, but to actually go through it can be more than an ocean. Right. So here he knew what he had to do, but to go through it. Come on and read.
And he cometh unto the disciples.
Hold on one second, Brother Frank. Let me give an example for a new convert. Sometimes we got to give examples so it can be easily understood. Sometimes a person, in order for a person to get saved, they must come to an altar of prayer and they must ask God to forgive them from everything they've ever done wrong. And remember, repent, forsake. That way, the way of sin. Okay, at an altar, you technically don't do it. You do it in your heart, in your mind. You say, I'm done with her. I'm done with this. I'm done. But after you get up from that altar, you got to go home. Some people, and y'all don't know the nuances, saints, of some of the stuff we're dealing with. Some people are living with somebody, have been living with them 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, but they're not married. So here they got this girlfriend, got this boyfriend out in the world, and here they give their life to God. They used to live in this lifestyle. They wanted to get saved. Based upon what they heard, how God dealt with them, they gave up all. But now, they got to go and deal with. They got to go and deal with the things. So here, Jesus knew, I got to deal with this. But to actually walk up to that door with your boo in there, who you done been with, and he fine, and y'all been connecting, and you got to go up to that door, and you got to let him know, I gave my heart to Jesus. The relationship that we had is over with. I'm going with God all the way. Now you may say, Brother Lee, how do you deal with it? What if they get saved? Hey, that you have to deal with, pray it through. If God lead them, they get saved, that may be something else. But as far as in your heart, the way we've been living, I'm done with it. To execute what you got to execute is more than an ocean. So here Jesus knew, I got this assignment, but to go through with it is more than an ocean. Keep reading.
And he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep.
Yes.
And saith unto Peter,
Yes.
What? Could you not watch with me 1 hour?
My Lord.
Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation.
My Lord.
The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Man had all those CDs. CDs with music on them that wasn't to the glory of God. See, back then we didn't have downloads. This would be like you actually paid 99 cents per filthy rap album or per ungodly song, and you got like $200 worth. I had these CD, this, that, and the other, music that wasn't to the glory, words that wasn't to the glory, the spirit that was wrong. I got saved, but I had to go face that cup. I'm done. Devil, don't get rid of them, because what if you don't stay saved? What if I'm staying saved. Amen. Ain't no what if I don't get saved. I'm staying saved. I'm not playing games with it. I'm saved. I'm not listening to this no more. God has shown me this is not to the glory of God. I'm not going to listen to this no more. When I got saved, I meant it, but I had to go through and execute. It's one thing to get saved, but we know what I was telling one brother today. We were on campus and we were dealing with salvation, and we were talking about, I said, you know when the witness gets stronger? You know when you get more power? You know when you get more glory? You know when your testimony rings stronger? Listen, it's not when you learn 50 scriptures. God will commend you when you get up and there's a certain ring to it. You get up, my God, what? You went back and you've been dealing with some stuff. You walk in church, you got an authority. You thank God for being saved. It's the best. It's not no weak-a-mony. It's a real testimony. You're able to say, I thank God I'm saved, amen. I'm not going back. Right. And the devil got to back up. Right. Why? Because you done dealt with some stuff. Yeah. You weren't playing no games with it. You said, listen, and I had to deal with it. And it was amazing. The more I dealt with, the more power I got. The more I dealt with, the more power I got. Coaches called, this, that, and the other. This one called, friends from campus called. The more I dealt with. And I dealt with when I meant it in my heart. When I meant it in my heart, I said, no, hey, I won't be doing going there no more. No, what you mean? You're not? No. I'm not, don't save my seed. Don't. I'm done. I'm done. I'm letting you know. And you know what they'll say? Well, hey, guess what? She gonna go get somebody else, or he gonna go get somebody. Let him go get somebody else. That's fine. Do what you do, but that's on you. But I'm staying saved. I'm staying saved. That's where your power comes in. You get a greater anointing. You get a greater witness. Come on and read, brother.
He went away again the second time.
Yes.
And prayed, saying, Oh, my Father.
It's hard being saved. You ain't dealing with something. You ain't told something. No. That's right. You just said, no. You can't toy with this. Thing is real. And we can't water it down. This is the same process that saints have had to go through all throughout the gospel day. They had to deal with stuff. That's right, brother. And that's where the power came. Come on and read, brother.
He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, Oh, my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it,
my Lord,
thy will be done.
My Lord.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time,
my Lord,
saying the same words.
My Lord.
Then cometh he to his disciples and saith unto them, Sleep on now.
My Lord, sleep on now. I'm good. Come on and read.
And take your rest.
Yes.
Behold, the hour is at hand.
Yes.
And the Son of Man is betrayed.
My.
To the hands of sinners.
All right. We want to preach tonight on after the garden. Amen. And this is the importance of praying through. Many times we look at things and we look at the bigger picture. Where after the garden, that's when Jesus was crucified, and said and the other. But saints, we're going to just take a few moments tonight and we're going to really break down how important it is to actually pray something through. Especially something that is heavy on you. Especially something that you're dealing with in a great way. The importance of praying it through. Now, in 1 Corinthians 10:13, you can just write it down, but we're not going to go there. It says, For there have no temptation taken you, but such is common to man. God is faithful, not suffer you to be tempted above that which you're able to bear, and will with the temptation make a way for you to escape. And we rest on that. Oh, God won't put you through more than you're able to bear. God not going to put you through more than you should be. If you do what you have to do, if you pray through, you good. But you can't just be slothful and think that this, I'm going to go. No, you couldn't deal with that because you ain't prayed up.
Yes.
You got to do your part. As long as you do your part, I'm not going to let nothing come your way. That if you do your part, you can't deal with it. But I'm not going to do everything for you. So here, Jesus had to pray this through. And we're going to go point by point and just show you why he had to pray through, because of what he was about to face. And how every single one of the things he had to deal with from the moment he got off his knees. From the moment, I'm going to break this down tonight, saints. The moment he got off his knees, bam! The door's across. We look at Jesus prayed through. No. From the moment that he got off his knees, the devil was right. Boom! Came in. Bam! Bam! He had to just deal with all of it. But because he prayed through, see, you don't know what you're going to have to deal with. You don't know the nuances of the issue that you're dealing with right now. The issue that you got on your table right now. You're just focusing on the big thing. But there's going to be multitude of little things and various things that if you pray all the way through, God will prepare you to deal with every single one of them. Every single one of them. You have no idea how strategic warfare actually goes. It's not just the big thing. If he can get you over here, because sometimes you're focusing on the big thing, and some of you wasn't focusing on blindside you. So we're going to break down the Word of God tonight, and we're going to look at the points after the garden, the importance of praying something through. You have no idea how the devil works with the little thing to try to take you out, and not just the big thing. All right. Look at verse number 40. What verse did you stop at, Brother Frank?
45.
45. All right. Go ahead. Finish his thought. 46. Rise.
Let us be going.
Come on.
Behold, he is at hand that doeth betray me.
That doth betray me. Verse 47.
And while he yet spake,
listen.
Lo.
Soon as he got done praying through, he said, sleep on now. Soon as he got done, while he, what, Frank?
While he yet spake, lo, Judas.
All right, the first thing he dealt with after he prayed through was the betrayal of Judas. You can write these down. Those that got notes, because it'll be good for you to go back over these, because you're going to see them in succinct order. The first thing that he had to deal with after the garden was the betrayal of Judas. Only a few people knew his private place of refuge and prayer. Those that were part of his inner circle. Here, someone in his inner circle did the unimaginable. The betrayal of Jesus, the betrayal that Jesus faced by Judas is when someone close to you plots your destruction. Hold on, let me say that again. Here, Judas, I looked out for you. I called you. I helped you.
Bless, help.
Are you serious? Not the Roman soldiers.
Right.
Oh, I hope y'all get this message tonight. I don't care what. People are subject to do anything. Say what you want, have it how you want, love people, do everything you want. But I'm going to tell you, people can be people. Amen. Things you put past folk, you better have something in your soul that's deep enough that whatever, whoever, however, my God, you got it. That's why you better. If he hadn't prayed through, it wasn't like he had time to prepare. It wasn't like soon as he got off his knees. I'm thankful he went again a second time and a third time. Can you imagine if he hadn't prayed all the way through? It wouldn't have been no cross. Before, see, the devil don't care. The devil don't play fair. Before he ever got to the cross, he would have been defiled. Here he comes. I done blessed you. I helped you. And here you are. You knew my inner circle. You, not the Baptist, but you gonna do serious? Not Not just you didn't agree, but you're going to plot my destruction for real. You're going to Benedict Arnold. You're going to turn on. Are you for real? Listen to me. The more you be used of God, the more you better have down in your soul. You don't know who will do what and how they'll do what. The very first lesson he gave, you didn't have family members. Here you going to grow up with them, this, that, and the other. A family member. You going to seriously? Family member? Here you are, this, that, and the other. And people have dealt with this even in the streets. I put you on, bruh. You ain't have nothing. You were broke. You were down. Wouldn't nobody touch you because you're so scandalous. I looked out for you. I put my name out there for you. I furnished you. I did this, that, and the other. And you?
That's right.
You got up on the stage and you called my name. Yep, him. You was wired up. You did this. Wow.
Yeah.
Here, that person that you confided in, that person that you trusted, that person that you thought was there, you had no idea they was working on something totally different. Coming up to you. Judas, it wasn't like this was a moment. He plotted. He set the amount of money, had to tell them where they were at, this, that, and the other. He met with them, talked about, negotiated with them, and all the time he's coming to Jesus. Pray. And Jesus sitting there. But because he prayed through. All right. Go ahead, Brother Frank. Look at verse. Keep going. So the first one was Judas' betrayal. And the lesson is having the power. When you pray through, God will grant you the power to deal with the unimaginable. When someone close to you can plot your destruction. I think Brother Hampton one time was sitting there. He was one of the saints there had called Lansing. Back then, that was where the headquarters was for Anderson. Not down the street, not someone he was preaching to. It was right there. They called and said he was taking the standards and this, that, and the other because someone was wearing stuff they shouldn't, and one of the deacons was at the race track, and Hampton had to clean this stuff all up. They said he coming here, he doing this. Who is this Frank Hampton man? He coming here cleaning the house. So he said, they said, yeah, one of your members. One of my. Got you. Even down to the time he passed. Who did what? Yeah, one of your. I'm not gonna go too close, but one of your not somebody else. One of yours did it. You know the one who you probably shouldn't have up. The one that the saints say, "What? You stuck your neck and you kept sticking your neck. You kept making excuses for. You kept being there for you." You gotta keep your spirit perfect. Perfect. So and so said this about you, and she said this. Not her. That's the one I went to. That's what I confided in. I confided in her. Not the one over. See, the one over in the corner that you'll never see. That walk out there. They ain't gonna never be your problem. Go ahead and read, Brother Frank.
And while he yet spake,
lo,
Judas, one of the 12, came.
My Lord.
And with him a great multitude, with swords and staves, from the chief priests and elders of the people.
My Lord.
Now he that betrayed him gave them a sign, saying, Whomsoever I shall kiss, that same is he. Hold him fast. And forthwith he came to Jesus.
A real friend is not the one that kissed you in public. It's the one that got your back in private. Come on and read.
And said, Hail, Master, and kissed him.
My Lord, read.
And Jesus said unto him, Friend, wherefore art thou come?
My Lord, no, nothing there. He prayed through. See, when you pray through stuff that you think the devil thought he's going to get you, he get upset. The stuff that the devil, I'm going to get, he going, I'm about to make you go,
My God.
And see, let me say this to you. If you ever go through something, God will let you know, you better be praying real hard right now. Something's on the horizon. You better be praying real hard right now. You better spend some time alone with God. You about to go through something that you better, if you're in tune with God, you'll rarely be spiritually surprised. If you're in tune with God, you may not know all the details. You may not know how far it goes. You may not know. But if you're in tune with God, your marriage, something that you don't see going on, something that you don't perceive as on your job, stay in tune with God. And God will let you know. You need to pray. You need to pray. Make sure you pray. This thing that's bothering you, make sure you spend some time in prayer. It's going to be bigger than you think it is. Make sure you pray. Your baby mama, your baby daddy, whatever it is, be praying right now. Be praying. You're about to get out. Be praying right now. Be praying. Whatever you're about to go through. He prayed through. And when Judas did it, friend. And he wasn't saying that as a cliche. That friend, no. Friend. I'm good with you, bro. Come on and read.
Friend, wherefore art thou come?
Come on.
Then came they and laid hands on Jesus and took him.
My Lord.
And behold, one of them which were with Jesus stretched out his hand and drew a sword and struck a servant of the high priest's and smote off his ear. Then said Jesus unto him.
Okay, stop right there. Second thing he had to deal with, write this down. He had to deal with the carnal disciple cutting the ear off. First, he had to deal with Judas' betrayal. Second, he had to deal with the carnal disciple. Pray for me tonight, saints. This stuff is a puzzle. Pray for me tonight. We got to get this. The carnal disciple cutting the ear off. In other words, Brother Lee, make that plain. You're going through something, and a carnal option presents itself.
Yes.
My Lord, hold on. I don't know if you got it. You going through something, and a carnal option, whatever it is, whatever that option is, that's not to the glory of God. A carnal option presents. You going through this? That's why, saints, when you're going through some stuff, you need to take it to you and God, because everybody loves you. That you're around, that's your crew. That's those. So if you go and you're sharing stuff with those a part of your crew, they love you. So a good percentage of the time, maybe 7 times out of 10, what they're saying to you probably is not right. They love you. They're saying for you, see, they should have done. See, and I agree with you. You should. When really, they probably shouldn't be. What you're saying may be, but the way you're dealing with it, you need to be rebuked. But they love you so much, so they talking to you and they trying to encourage you. And they say, yeah, that's a carnal option. I'm sitting there after I almost got it. Sister didn't almost leave him, but wasn't real happy with him. Because she found out he was dealing with something real tough, real serious, deep. And the Holy Ghost said, don't you say nothing. Don't you say a word. Go to bed. Go. Put your wife to bed. Get up. Go downstairs and pray. Don't sit there because it's comfort just letting your wife know what you're going through. But guess what? She don't got the grace to deal with or the anointing to coach you, because I got the anointing myself. I'm not telling nobody how to coach you through this, because I'm the one you better come through. Whoever you go to your ministry, go to your wife, go to your daughter, go to wherever you want to go, to your best friend, prayer partner, some stuff, you better come to me, because I got the anointing. I'm the only one that can coach you through this. Anybody that you go through is going to be a carnal option. Anybody that say anything to you, I don't care if it's just carnal, because it allows you to get some comfort for just pouring your heart out to somebody and telling them all that you're dealing with. I don't want you telling nobody. I don't want you listening to nobody. So here, he dealt with Judas. The next step, carnal defense. I got your back. See, you done. You don't need nobody carnal defending you.
That's true.
And not only did he not accept a carnal defense, but listen, they did you wrong. See, they don't even like people of color at this job. If I was you, I would go to the Urban League, and this ain't got nothing. Listen, I've been late 3 times. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. They giving you to make everything. If it rains, it's because I'm black. It's because I'm black. They fired me because I'm black. Please, quit being late. Yeah. It rained on me too. It rained because it rained all over the South. Please. But here you gonna come with somebody. The devil will send somebody. Listen, I don't care what you go through on your job and your family. You could be dealing with some of the sisters. And I just feel like this and that. Somebody will get your back. I don't care how off you are. Oh, Lord, wow. You can find somebody in the church that'll get your back. You could be off as 10 left shoes. You can give them, and last time you give them half the information, you give them all the information. Right. But here, not only though did he not take the carnal way out, he stopped, picked up the ear, put it back on. In other words, Lord help us, Holy Ghost, he prayed through. When the one that's coming to arrest you, somebody defends you, you can say, I don't want you defending me, but I kind of like the fact that the ear got cut off. No. He in private, in other words, he in private goes and defends and help mends and help be a peacemaker. And here's somebody come to you. See, they come to you with this, but you ain't know this. See, I got dirt on them. All you got to do is listen. Let me tell you, sis, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's up under the blood. That's not even necessary. That's not edifying. Eye for an eye. The spirit of this is off. Leave that alone. We don't even know that to be true. Here you are defending a person that just came to crucify, to arrest you because you prayed through all that sensitive, personal hurt. God just gave you a victory. A victory. Here they come and discussing you, and you go building them up. All right, keep going, Brother Frank.
Then said Jesus unto him, Put up again thy sword into its place.
Skip down to verse 57.
And they that had laid hold on Jesus, led him away to Caiaphas, the high priest, where the scribes and the elders were assembled.
My Lord.
But Peter followed him afar off,
my Lord,
unto the high priest's palace, and went in and sat with the
servants. Skip down to verse 69.
Now Peter sat without in the palace, and a damsel came unto him, saying, Thou also was with Christ, with Jesus of Galilee.
That means a little girl came up to Peter, big, strong apostle Peter, and said, You was with Jesus, verse 70.
But he denied before them, before them all, saying, I know not what thou sayest.
So Peter said, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I wasn't with him. I don't even know him. Read.
And when he was going out into the porch, another maid saw him.
Another little girl. Come on, read.
And said unto them that were there,
Yes.
This fellow was also with Jesus of Nazareth.
My Lord, another witness. Read.
And again he denied with an oath.
Come on. I swear Whoa. You get in a tight spot, you'll say some stuff. Read.
I do not know the man. And after a while came unto him they that stood by, and said to Peter, Surely thou also art one of them.
Come on, you talk like them. You talk church. I get you, church, you with them. You sound like it. Read.
For thy speech berieth thee.
My Lord.
Then began he to curse and to swear.
I'm going to show you I ain't one of them. You blankety blank. I wasn't the blankety. Not Peter. Read.
Saying, I know not the man. And immediately the cock crew.
All right, the third point, he had to do with Peter's denial. And this is the point. This is different than a betrayal. Peter's denial was just simply those who you thought would truly support you until the end. Not there when you needed the most. So you just he had to deal with it. And this hurts. It hurts when you thought, that's one person I could have always counted on. If I said, if anything happened to me, you could always count. But here he had to deal with Peter's denial. Peter's denial. And that is that child who you always thought. It wasn't a betrayal. He wasn't plotting his destruction, but just simply wasn't there. I had to deal with a funeral recently, and a gentleman came up to me and he said, I just want to thank you so much for being here for my family. And I'm sitting there listening to him. He said, I just really thank the Church of God. Y'all are just so faithful to this community. Y'all just right there. I know you got a lot on your plate for you always. And he said, because I'm dealing with some stuff. Everybody who you do so much for, when you think that they'll be there for you. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, I appreciate your authority not to let this get to you. But when you think that this is, I could always count, that had to hurt Jesus low. Even though he knew, he saw it in Peter, but still, this is my friend. We got saved here. Now she backslid. She didn't betray you. It's different. Judas was different. This is just simply that person that I was right there with. Or, you ever loan somebody some money? Anybody in here ever loaned anybody else any money? Just raise your hand real quick. You ever loaned somebody? Okay, we have a few people that's been in position to loan. All right, I'm not going to say who borrowed. Lord help us. But can you imagine you always there? They come to you. Okay, they come to you. And the one time you needed them, and they put up a fuss, you let them stay with you, you let them use your car, you let them do it, and you come with something, and they say, I'm sorry, I can't, no, I've been there for you. Are you serious? I've been there for you all the time. I was the one I thought. Jesus had to deal with Peter's denial. Go down to chapter 27. Look at verse number 11. Come on.
And Jesus stood before the governor. And the governor asked him, saying, Art thou the king of the Jews? And Jesus answered, and Jesus said unto him, Thou sayest.
All right. Number 4 was he had to deal with his public trial and conviction. Public trial and conviction. He said, Thou sayest. Keep reading, Brother Frank.
And when he was accused of the chief priests and elders, he answered nothing.
He answered what?
He answered nothing.
Skip down to verse 14.
And he answered
and
him.
Pilate said, hear not the many things that they witness, they saying about you. You hear what they talking about? You hear what they saying about you? Don't you hear? Oh, yeah. What did he say?
And he answered him to never a word.
Never a word. He had to deal with his public trial and conviction, and this represents the ability to hold your peace, not defend yourself. Let God do it. And it wouldn't be for a long time before he was vindicated. He wasn't resurrected for a while. But here he's in court. Can you imagine, saints, knowing you ain't never done nothing wrong? Knowing that you're innocent. Knowing it ain't like they saying. Knowing. But you have the capacity. Jesus had to pray through. Jesus was the smartest man ever. He knew science, math, history. He knew languages. He knew everything. He could have confounded them. He could have made their mind snap trying to follow his story. Jesus ain't no joke. He could have just said, listen, no. He could have done whatever Can you imagine? You better pray through. You better pray clean. When you're dealing with something where you got so-and-so, don't you know what? Don't you like they not in front of you, not at home, not around the corner. I'm not saying nothing. God told me, leave it alone. You're not going to talk me into saying that to you. You're not going to come in. What about it?
That's good, brother.
The first time it said he answered nothing. Then it said not a word. Then it said never a word. Then the king sat there and said, you're not going to defend yourself? Don't you know what they're saying? Don't you know your reputation can be destroyed? Don't you know you can be crucified? Your reputation can be crucified. Don't you know they can? Don't you know? Won't you say something? You don't know what they're saying. Do you know what they're talking about? You don't know what's going on. You better pray through.